pace is what I would usually have, and is what I'm not going to have. So straight away, this makes the most sense to invest in. So does this, and well, anything else works, and I'm gonna go for the team and claim. So we are only in theory playing 5k for resource points, better morale on the departments, and 600 a claim, 500 for me, 100 for the team. So yeah, it's a win-win. We do have spec 1 everything except from durability and marketing. Marketing is one I'm gonna have to look into in the near future. That's it really. Now, yeah, cylinder head, let's see. That got onto the car, thank goodness. I'm losing P's. Yeah, I almost have no P. As all of the updates come onto the car, I think. So that was actually really nice. The only one left is this one, which in theory should come in right after Austria. So yeah, not that long. Like always, I'm gonna have no pacing quality, mainly because it's 110 AI now. That's about it. Yep. So we it's got a downpour at the end. So if we look at how much Spinala Racing has improved, we actually did make a jump, but so did the Renaults, AlphaTauris, and Williams, and a lot of people actually. So not as much as you would think. That's fine. Quali, please be dry. Yep, quali is all dry, and so is most of the race. It's gonna be weird. So if we look at engine, we now are the best on the grid, so that is really nice to see. Chassis, we're still third at worst, and here we still exist. So I'm kind of at the point where I need to save money and resource points. So I will only be doing 2 runs, so don't expect anything massive. I do have a nice setup for here though, and we will just fast forward a little bit. Nothing massive. So. Yeah, I've actually been practicing this one online. I'm not too quick around here, even in a Merc. So this one is quite scary coming up against 110 because I know they are very OP around here. And with the lack of ERS that we have due to the energy store, if I am qualifying lower down the field, then I will take the penalties. There's no point not to be honest. Help us out later down in the season as the lap starts now. I'm still not exactly used to the start line being close to the end of the start finish straight. Yeah, Lupo Industries happily sponsors Spinala 30.2 because I'm just not getting any turning in this car. I'm too used to a Merc car which actually has downforce. This thing has engine power, a lot more than the Merc, but it's not anywhere near as good in the corners. So I might get a purple middle, that's like the only thing I can really get around here. The lap times aren't exactly consistent, they're not exactly good either. This is probably going to be a very bad track for us. We run down to our line, we're just hoping to not have an absolute mare. We are faster than Latifi, so there is one positive, and that was a pretty bad lap, mainly because my curtains are still open, and I need them to be closed, so there's barely any light coming into the room, so I can focus. So yeah, everything's actually going okay for once, and considering this is an AI track for sure, the fact that I'm ahead of even a single AI, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
If you want to know specific information or make certain changes to the car during a pit stop, you can tell me what you want over the radio. Press and hold the radio button to activate the system, and you can either speak the command or select it manually from the radio screen that will appear on the multifunction display. While the radio is active, cycle through command groups with the MFD button.
So yeah, I'm saying I'm gonna need to improve by a second or two, but I should be okay. To be honest, just not sight on the last row is all I'm aiming for. Around 6, maybe 5.5 turns by the end of the straight at worst. Almost 7 turns.
3
So
minutes to go.
that honestly just shows how bad the lap was last time round, and with the extra front downforce that we just chucked on the car, that the lap should be a lot better, because I won't be struggling anywhere near as much. Almost 8 tenths as we run down to line, just under 8 tenths. An improvement, and that's P17, one place off making it through, and running 110 AI around an AI track. Being P17 is actually really good. So I have put hours in, and you can really see that now. I beat my teammate again for 2 times in a row, as you can now really start to see how close it is between me and my teammate around here. That was not a really good lap, but it was solid enough to get me in front of my teammate, both Haas's and both Williams. So this is where the car really is, as there was less than a tenth between me and my teammate. Just to prove it, 110 there. This has got to be a stressful one. So hopefully into the British Grand Prix will be even better on the engine side. But this is how you can just tell we are literally just becoming Ferrari. So Spinala Racing really is just a really good namesake.
Welcome along then. Let's run you through the drive.
Yeah, I decided to not take the grid penalty, as I was P17. That is, it's gonna be hard to make up places in the race. Hopefully, I say hopefully. I mean, no.
Let's see if we can take advantage at the race start to gain a few places. Otherwise, we're looking at a bottom half finish again.
Again, you what, mate? P17 on the grid. Everything can go wrong here. It's 5 red lights, and away we go for another terriblestart.com /110AI. Are too slow as we try our best to avoid the slow starting lock-on. We make a little bit of contact with Kvyat. It's a little bit, we almost spun it. But no front wing damage. Because Ocon's using all his ERS and he just goes for a mad dive, so I'm going to do him one better and go around his outside and up the inside of the next car, which is Pierre Gasly. So yeah, we are faster these guys in a straight line with the best engine on the grid.
Great first lap. Keep it
And
up.
even with the 4-5 wings that we're now running, to compensate for lack of air, we still are faster than these guys in a straight line. So that's also up into P15. We won't be getting Danny Kvyat, I can confirm, because he is on softs and we are on hards. There's an entire compound between us, and even when I'm on mediums, compared to AI on softs around here, yeah, there's no chance, especially in the third sector where it's all downforce, and well, this car just doesn't have downforce. As you just see by that, when it's just spin out randomly. Danny Kvyat just up ahead. He's not that far ahead, to be honest. I thought they would have pulled out quite massively, but they are stuck in a train. And to be honest, the longer the soft runners get stuck in a train, the better for me, because I'm on hards. And well, let's just say that the softs aren't supposed to go very long round here, like 6-7 laps. So the less that Kvyat can do while on those softs, the better for me. Because I'm playing the long game here. I'm starting on the hards and going on to mediums towards the end. Because I don't think it'll be wet enough for the inters at the end, or even the full works. So I honestly just believe that, well, 2-stop, you're just chucking yourself in the bin. So there's no point in doing that. The 1-stop, again, you're kind of chucking yourself in the bin. I was kidding about the 2-stop. The 1-stop, yeah, you're just killing yourself if you're going to go for a 1-stop around here. Because that track position, but there is a massive straight. Like, it's really hard to overtake anywhere else, but the two very long straights, plus the main straight, plus the straight out of the first two, you know, it's like a BTEC Canada, and it's right after Canada. It's just straight chicane, straight chicane, straight chicane. So literally just Canada, but in France.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
To be honest, having DRS is best case scenario for us. As there is someone off ahead, and I'm hoping it's gonna be, well, obviously it's someone ahead, but who? If it's like on Merc, then that's a free place. If it's, yeah, it's a
Some
Merc.
information on Hamilton. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
As he was holding the fastest lap, so that makes me think he was on a set of softs, if not as a mediums.
Okay, clear.
You know, we're just using absolutely everything that this car has, because everyone ahead of us is also going to have DRS. It's kind of hard to make any inroads with it. No matter how you slice it, it's going to be almost impossible to make moves. Unless you're within like 3/10 of the car ahead, you're not making moves. And with me being on hards, getting within 3/10 of the car on softs, that's really not going to happen easily.
The energy store is getting worn, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
So that's good for me, because I don't really run much DRS. I use most of it in the opening laps. So to be honest, that's like not even that bad for me. But again, we're still keeping it very tight with Kvyat and AlphaTauri, who's actually, to be honest, we're pulling out a gap to Esteban Ocon, Gasly and I. But again, we're all just getting stuck in this DRS train. There's nothing we can even do about it, because physically, if everyone has DRS, then there's no point in having DRS. This means that those who don't have DRS are basically screwed, and those who do, well, nothing happens. Like it's kind of just like a catch-up mechanic. Is you can check in the mini-map, which I have changed to a full track map, just so everyone, you can see where everyone is. You see that Bottas can't pull away from the Ferraris because of the DRS. You just can't pull away around here.
Damage to your wing. Suggest we box to change it. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
So it's fun.
That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright.
Yeah. That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Safety.
So yeah, if we look at this, like look at the amount of people who will be doing one slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 free positions. As the game doesn't want to work.
Modern F1 cars rely on more keeping up with the
It physically doesn't work. So that's all for France. We're just gonna take the DNF and we'll probably just move on to the next episode. So yeah, that's it, to be honest. We're just gonna crash out at turn 1, just as if nothing happened. Look how fun.
Here we are once. It's time to see how our drivers are
Last race, we're in the bottom half of the field. We can improve on that today, I know it. Good
Yeah,
luck.
we'll just retire straight off the line because I did bin it. And then we'll be sure to take out Latifi with us because, well, we've been Latifi. binned it with Latifi, so I'll just be sure to take out Latifi into turn 1 like an absolute knob. And that's it, to be honest. Just don't break, take out Latifi. There we go.
Was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
Ruined Latifi's race because, well, we took him out with us. That's about it, to be honest.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrow.
Why am I not shocked? Let me guess. Hamilton won even though he retired. Fun.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team.
Told you.
And they certainly deserve it. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings.
Alright, so again, we're just gonna act as if that didn't happen, because, well, it didn't. I did bin it. So, yeah, we just... So I guess we're gonna do the next episode as well. 'Cause why not? Alright, so next up is Austria, and we have nothing. It's basically the same as the other one, but completely free. So yeah, we have spent some peas on that. Yeah, we should have these two coming in after this. Right, so again, just gonna act as if last race didn't happen because, well, I'm not gonna make it through to the third part quality, so it doesn't matter. If we look at this, the horse is closed up. That's about it. Yep, so it's just quality around Austria. Yep, so straight into quali. This is one of my better races, so it might not be that bad. So obviously the lack of downforce around Austria is going to be a bit of an issue. But to be honest, it's all about straight line speed, which is where we excel. So this might not be a bad-ish track for us. Yeah, actually purple in the first sector, which is to be expected considering we are in the fastest car in a straight line in turn. Consists of 2 turns, but I like to think there's one. You see a 102.9 in that upgraded Ferrari of Seb's. So come through the middle sector now. We are seeing a lot of understeer though, on my end, which is a big issue on this car. The straight line speed is absolutely amazing. We now come through to the final 2 corners. We'll carry that speed just straight through them. Come through to the line with 3/10 off Kvyat. I'm gonna just go again. Lap straight away. Because I have enough fuel for it, so why not? But we might get held up here by this car. By Ocon. Very much could happen here. And yeah, Ocon will hold us up, I believe, in this lap. So he decides to move out of the way, then he decides to not move out of the way. Not very smart behaviour there from the French driver. No wonder he was dropped from F1. I am up just last lap, but we are having to use a lot of lean revs just to make it through to the end, just because of how low we are on fuel. And as we go up to the line, we don't improve, but it's fine because of how short the lap is.
Lap so far is a 1:03.6.
1:03.6, yep. Yeah, we are faster than 3 drivers at the moment, and we're not at all slow. Yeah, P17. We were almost up, but we had to back off right at the end because of fuel. So, yeah, we have quite a lot of pace.
We're just off the pace. Get back out there and give us a faster lap. All clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave.
See, we're just off the pace according to Jeff, and I completely believe in that too. So I'm actually going to do the outlap on my own this time. So we're actually at the end of the pit lane, so we will be first out on track, which is a nice change compared to me being in the Merc and Online, or even the Alfa Romeo in Online, where we don't start right at the end. So yeah, all 6 of us in the drop zone are out, and the McLaren's coming out as well. So yeah, turn 3, just take it like how I just did right there. Maybe have a little bit better traction. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at who's coming out. It looks like all those who think they're at risk coming out. So there's 9 of us, I think, out of the 22. But I think everyone P14 down is out on track at the moment. Because they think that they have a chance of being out in this session. And they do with my explosive pace that I will have in this last run. As we come around to the line to start the lap, we don't have anyone ahead of us, everyone else is behind us. We are the first one to set a lap. We might be the only one who has enough time to set a second lap after, depending on how good the first lap is, as we completely overshoot turn 1. But it's fine, because we will have enough time for a second lap, which will be very nice. As long as I don't have an absolute mare, I should have enough time for a second lap. Just. So this is literally not even a fly anymore. This is just how fast can I get back to the finish line to go again. That's how I'm looking at this lap at the moment. Because I think I have a second to spare compared to my last fastest lap. And I am up on it for the time being. So yeah, it's really touch and go whether I can go again or not. And it does look like I will just enough, as we just don't have enough time. No, if I didn't have that mess into turn 1, who knows where we could have been, because that lost us maybe 2 tenths, 3 tenths. That is very disappointing, as, well, the nerves were high, the tensions were high, and we just let the team down by... we could have made it through to the next session. Again, another P17 proving that we are the best to those with bad cars. So, we are doing okay-ish. Just pace wasn't completely there, to be honest.
It's time.
I don't even care at this point. I'm kind of just wanting to get over to well, Q2. Hasn't happened in a long time. Well, to be honest, it hasn't happened. So yeah, quite a long time. Because I was imagining maybe Monaco, but I had a mare at Monaco, so that didn't happen. Here was another chance. We had a mare here.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Now this is a track where I think I can benefit from the 2-stop. The constant fresh tyres, plus the straight line speed of this car. Plus doing that to the setup should give us better turning and better exits. Yeah, as we go towards the 5 red lights, away we go. the Austrian or Styrian Grand Prix, I don't care. Bottas started down the grid, probably due to grid penalties, or maybe he just got caught out in that rain in Q3. But yeah, Ocon thinks he has a chance to pull away. Does, to be honest. As he sends one, so does Nick, as they go 4 wide. Actually, I think that's Nick's front wing off. I honestly think that's part of Nick's front wing off. Maybe Bottas's or maybe Ocon's, but it's one of those two's front wings off. And I really do think it's Nick, considering how slow he's taking in his apexes. Because those two headers are going side by side and you just can't keep up. I know he's looking for more straight line speed, but removing the downforce isn't going to help Nick. So yeah, we are just going to send one up the inside into here. He just backs out. And I do believe it is his front wing that's missing. This is a really successful start into P13. And I really do think that the two-stop is the way to go for us. Because the car, it doesn't have the amazing tyre wear. Isn't really good in many fields, to be honest. So the best thing we really can do with this car is just hope that we can make moves, hope that we can take advantage of those around us being stuck in traffic and come moves that way. So yeah, in the final stint we will be the ones playing catch up, but I'd honestly rather not use those hard compound tyres. Which is now making me think, can I do a one-stop ignoring the hards? Because well, it's all down to how long the softs go. So I know mediums can go maybe 17, 18 laps, so it's halfway. If not a little bit over halfway. So the real question is how long can the softs go? The reason why I'm not pushing for fast lap is because I know in this car we don't have anywhere near the performance to go for
this lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead.
Even out of the car, with that in the beat for the fastest lap, we just don't have it at this point. But we are going to be able to push off on just a little bit into turn 3 as we almost hit Bottas, which is why we're going to turn him. Double couple fast set which is to be expected with this car, especially when I have Rich and Overtake and DRS. That is our stop in the P12, which is now making me think, do I go for the controversial one stop, which I said I'm not going to do, but now seems like a smart thing to do. Because Nick is just falling down the order. I'm saying maybe the one stop is the way to go. And they're saying these things can go 16 laps. I'm saying maybe we can just ignore the hards.
The energy store is getting worn, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Again, being told the same thing.
Is 4.2 seconds.
Yeah, he's just getting overtaken every single corner, just because he lost that extra downforce. Break a little bit earlier than last time. We don't almost hit Bottas. I'm still shocked that Bottas can't make these moves, but this really is a power track, and even though they might have the best engine, they might not have any drag reduction updates, and even then, it might be for fuel consumption or the RS consumption upgrades, not just pure engine power. Because we only have one on each side of the engine, one ERS, one fuel, and the rest is all power. We don't know about what Merc has. So I can't even make a call on what to do here. I don't know what everyone else around us is doing, and I don't really want to know. I've made up my mind now. We are doing that one stop, no matter how you slice it. And we are going to ignore the hards and do one stop. Break at our normal point, and well, Bottas broke really early.
Okay, good work, great pass.
So we're actually going to make a move on that. or at least try to. Down into 10-4, you will go side by side with Bottas. But you just brake a little bit later, have a little bit. That's it, that's what's fucking the P11 ahead of a lap. As the other one, I do believe, is behind a Ferrari ahead of both Red Bulls. So Hamilton's down in P3, both Ferraris at 1-2. This really is a power track. That's what I'm saying. But even with that second best engine, maybe just don't have the pure performance in engine. They've gone for better ERS or better fuel. Well, that just got rid of every single thing we just did to get past Bottas. But at least, on my chance, we didn't chuck it in a wall with that mistake. And now we can just do the same thing back to Bottas again. Switching DRS, we're gonna go outside this time. So here we pinch it in, so which means we will get a better exit. It even means Ocon could get past him depending on what Ocon has. It's highly annoying that we made that final corner mistake, but we're back on working already, so it doesn't even really matter. We're planning to do maybe another 60, another 10 laps on these tyres. So, the strats. Really just one stop, not hards. Because the hards really aren't a race tyre yet for us. We don't have the mechanical grips on making the hards work for us. Might get it done. But I think we're playing really well around the outside. We are still within DRS of Raikkonen, but he's starting to pull away a little bit. Bottas is attacking us down the main straight, but then backing up into 10-3 before almost trying the same attack again into 10-4. It's a really weird point in the race where we're fighting Bottas, but he's... I don't know, the Mercs just don't seem to have good pace around here. Maybe it's because of the lack of engine power and the good aero and chassis of the car. Whereas we're the complete opposite. We have no chassis, but we've a good engine. Which is why I'm saying this controversial one stop we're going 16 laps might be the way for us. Because we just reduce tyre wear on the mediums at the end. As Bottas goes for a move, you don't go for a move into that corner like that, Bottas. Especially on that one, you just lose time for yourself and the driver you're trying to overtake. It's probably the worst way to make a move, losing both of you time. So I just squeezed them out into the apex. That's what she wrote. So again, we're still just looking at Kimi Raikkonen's box. Every single time into 10-3 we get a little bit closer to the point of thinking about making a move. But then again, that Alfa Romeo, just like us, bit of a rocket ship in a straight line, so we really are having to plan for once, not just say, yep, engine. And it's nice for us against AI and not real players once, because I'm used to racing against real players where I'm not going to lie, most of them are not as skilled as I am. That is because I put hours into this game, whereas they usually only do it because the streamers on the game. I play this in my spare time, which is right now. Whether I'm streaming or not, I always play this.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. We're leading our teammate by 13.1 seconds.
Yeah, now you guys are starting to see why it's a good thing that I didn't stay behind Nick for so long after he made that incident. And now we really are just up from his chuffers. He takes out really slowly and he actually tags us with that diffuser, because not double diffuser, what's a double diffuser? And then this sends us spinning into the wall. Now puts Bottas back on us again. Fun. We're actually over halfway through our stint, which is really good. Because the tyres don't feel too bad yet. So yeah, because they will feel quite bad.
No need to worry about tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
That means that they're around 40%. Yeah, it's a stressful part of the race because we have a Merc behind us who's trying to attack us. We have an Alfa Romeo ahead who we're trying to attack. We have a Renault behind the Merc. He isn't trying to attack the Merc, but he's there. And every single lap we're getting closer and closer to that Alfa Romeo. We just can't make a move just yet. The fuel's thing, it's the same. Only lost maybe 2 laps of fuel so far compared to the beginning load. It's really hard to choose between the 1 and 2 stop at this point because I really am starting to feel the tyre wear now on lap 10. But lap 16 is right around the corner, so I don't know whether I'll struggle on for laps.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
That was that. We do exactly what we're doing. Quali, over pushing turn 1, and that should mean Bottas is through. Stop worrying about having to fight the Merc, because what I would say if we didn't go straight back off his inside into turn 3, squeeze him out as if he was never there, and get back on with our own race. So antagonising. No, I just want to be ahead of the Merc, but then again, I don't. It is just really annoying how I keep on doing this to myself. Because Nick de Vries is just holding up the Williams and the Haas. So he's struggling down in P18. 90 even. While we're flying high in P11. He's in lap 11. We stay out. We don't make that controversial call that I was planning on making. So really, I'm thinking we're just going into the hards to the end this lap. Kimi no longer has DRS between the McLarens. It's turn 3 this lap. He's always around the outside. Getting around the outside we go.
Nice move, good job.
And next up is the McLaren. So it's really hard to choose whether I prioritise track position and softer compounds or what. Like it's saying if I pit now I come out P18. I'm tempted to keep on going, so I come out behind Bottas and Kimi, but I'm on fresher medium tyres. The Ferrari's in, and the Red Bull's in. The 2 guys behind us aren't in just yet. So I really don't know.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
It's a really stressful part of the race, where the tyres are starting to go off, but I can't let that phase me. Because now Norris doesn't have DRS, his Sainz comes in. And we're just gonna keep on gaining on him in the straight.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
Say that, but now it's fell through Bottas and not coming right again. Because we are keeping the gap to Norris around the same, which is good. Shows a good pace. At least in the first 2 sectors. I mean, it's just a straight, so we have pace. The corners are, at the moment, very understeery for us. I do believe Bottas should come in now. No, he actually stays out. Don't know what Bottas is planning. I'm just going on the lead. Actually, I don't want him overtaking me into turn 1 because I just got lose us both times. So I'm braking early into turn 1, letting him go through. There's no point in fighting someone who is a lot faster than me. Gonna relinquish that. Otherwise, yeah, I'm nowhere near flying in for the rest of the race. And yeah, my tyres are dead, so well, no, my tyres are done. There's no point in holding him up anymore. So now we're just gonna go for it every single lap until we come in, which is lap 16. I have decided to go on to the set of mediums towards the end. Controversial strategy? Yes. Will it work? Hopefully. Is it worth it? We'll see. Because I will be able to overtake a lot of people who will be struggling onto those hards. Because I'll be staying out a lot longer on these dead softs. Because Bottas is still out, I'm still out, the Racing Point's still out, so that's us onto the podium for at least a lap or two. And I'm hoping these guys will come in, which means that I could lead the race for 2-3 laps.
You're now running in third, P3.
But yeah, this is not a legit P3. Right now it's a legit P16. For the time being, we have lost places as Nick finally comes in at lap 14.
Nick is coming in for a stop.
I'm still going to stay out a little bit longer. Even I'm tempted to finish this lap. Just because, well, yeah, medium should be able to make it to the end from now. Quite comfortably. So yeah, I don't exactly want to do it another lap in these softs, which are really quite shit. We are faster than last lap though. I don't know whether that's pushing RS or what. I don't know if I want to lead 2 laps of the race now, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get those points for the team. I'll lead the next 2 laps. I'll come in lap 18. Yep, we are really risking it for a little bit of extra money. I really am just risking everything for a little bit of money. I'm risking Austria for a better couple of races in the near future. Something that I wouldn't usually do. My risky style usually isn't this bad, and yes, this isn't France. I did DNF in France. Or you know, as you tell me, I will change the name. But I'm in the middle of the race, okay? So don't murder me.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
What is it?
Confirmed.
So yeah, I now am in puncture territory for that front left. So I'm coming at the end of this lap. So to be honest, the medium should easily make it to the end if I've done 17 laps in softs. It is saying I'll pit now rejoin P12.
Okay, the car behind has newer tyres than you. Maintain our gap if possible.
No, because A, they're a faster car, B, they're on fresh tyres while ours are completely dead.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Got that confirmed?
Don't really care at this point. I know what I'm doing. So Jeff is a bit of a nutter. I'll allow the fun down for this because even though I'm going on to 7 mediums, they will feel godly even on 1/6 compared to what I'm feeling right now. So I really have just gambled quite heavily on this controversial one stop compared to, well, not gambling much. We didn't get puncture, which was really good. And we might be racing Verstappen at the end as he is on mediums at the moment, which could mean he's 2 stopping. Yeah.
Go, go, go.
It did say we come out in P12, but I'm thinking maybe P13 or P14. Yeah, okay. Cool. So yeah, we just find Ocon, who was behind Bottas earlier, so yeah, this is, to be honest, where I expect it to be.
Okay, at the current pace and fuel settings, we won't have enough fuel for the end of the race. Consider lowering the fuel mix.
No, I'm doing that. say not to him. To him, but not to his face. Like, we all think that Jeff should just be shush. Because he's like that annoying kid that no one cares about. A.k.a. me. Self-burn, those aren't very rare around here. Piss me higher on those. Those are a very common thing for me in traffic myself. A bit of a traffic sample, talk about that.
Gap to teammate behind is 24.6 seconds.
Yeah, that's how bad of a race he had. You got front wing damage on lap 1 into turn 3, and yeah, you kind of messed up his own race. This is 110 AI before you do ask.
Our gap behind is 2.3 seconds.
We are in a pretty bad car according to the performance index, but we do have the best engine on the grid, which is why this isn't exactly a bad race for us, which is why I'm hoping I can hopefully get points. Hopefully. Because points are right up the road, you know. I was fighting Raikkonen earlier and he was quite easy to fight while I was on dead softs. So now I'm on fresh and mediums than him. Fighting him should be easy. Quite easy. Wow, this is a really nice ATAX. Now that I am inside of Ocon's DRS, I can afford to run a little bit of lean ramps now. Save some fuel, and yeah, we're gonna go from moving to turn 3, up his inside, don't care how fast the inside he goes. We will be making him stick. So, yeah.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
P12, points are right up the road. Let's go get him. Yeah, I sacrificed the end of the soft stint to make the one stop annoying as hard as possible. It might not have been worth it considering how much wear was on the tyres, but you know, I have a lot more grip now, and instead of holding track position, I'm able to push. So, no matter how you dice it, this is a very good move for me. As well, able to pull in a gap compared to not being able to pull in a gap. The only bad thing is I'm not in a DRS train, whereas the guys ahead are. So it's going to be very hard to catch up to Norris, Perez and Raikkonen. All of them supporting different engines. Hard. And he's now the gatekeeper to points. So hopefully he can hold up to me just a little bit longer so Perez can run away. Catch up to the back of Bottas so Kimi no longer has DRS.
Okay, gap ahead is 1.9 seconds.
It's almost guaranteed that Kimi will be faster than Norris in straight line. Because Alpha have the 4th best engine behind Ferrari themselves, us and Merc. Merc being 2nd, us being 1st, Ferrari being 3rd. Yeah, we can really just see nice home defense against turn 1, which I'm okay with. And as we gain time, he's gonna go defensive into turn 3.
We're catching the car ahead, but be aware that these tyres need to last till the end of the race.
If I can make softs go 17, I'm pretty sure I can make mediums go 19. So I need 2 extra laps, and I'm on a harder contact. I think that should be good here, Jeff. That's the shut up. Shush is a better word. Next up is yep. It's not very nice. Really don't want to have to go in Norris's day. But I need to make a move on him to try and better the team's results. So at this point we are really fighting for the edge of the points. And if we can get points, that is like a dream come true. of being world champions for us. Because I'm still in season 1, because I don't play my team anymore, to be honest. I haven't played it in literal months, because I just spend it all in time trials and online. Because Norris no longer is DRS, so we're just going to use that. Pull up behind him. I've only actually done one ranked race in this game so far. All the others have been unranked in like streamers lobbies. We're gonna go up Norris's inside. Can make the move. Next up is Kimi Raikkonen. The gap was 5 seconds earlier, now it's 1.5. He no longer has DRS and neither do I, so it's honestly just a battle of the
gap to the car in front is 1.6 seconds.
There is a true race on, but only way this could get spicy is if a safety car comes out, at which point I would stop for a fresh set of softs to the end. It really is going to be hard to manage the fuel, the overtake, and the tyres, and catch up to Kimi. So I was thinking. That's what I'm kind of thinking, to some degree. But as long as he can get within his DRS, if he doesn't get within the DRS, the car's ahead, which are two pretty big gambles, nothing to happen, then all should be good. That's what I'm saying, is two gambles, because Perez is stuck behind Sainz, who isn't necessarily fastest in a straight line. We have gained 5 tenths on Kimi last lap. Yes, we did expend some fuel on it, but we did gain quite a bit, so it is worth it. At this point in the race, we're just trying to catch up to Kimi, no matter the cost fuel-wise. I can always lift him close later. Okay, I'll just defend later. Not defend now. When points are literally, when points are literally right on the horizon. Quite literally, they're right there. 7 tenths of a second ahead. This honestly just reminds me of the first stint. Just stuck behind Kimi the entire time. The only place I really gained much was out of turn 3. But now I'm within his DRS, so I can afford to just use a little bit of revs, save the fuel, get back in check. I'll just use the overtake instead of Rich to keep up with him on the corner exit. Because I'm not gonna lie, this car is quite terrible through the corners. A lack of front end and a lack of rear end. So it's honestly just, what am I supposed to do? I just understood what I do there. Like, in a Merc, I could easily make that. In an online car, I could make that. That's just not realistic. Even realistic isn't that real. So we're gonna go for it. We go up the hill. Into turn 3, we almost hit him. So I had to be a little bit more cautious than I really wanted to be. But now, towards turn 4, 4 tenths back. Just pull a little bit. Again, too far back to really make a move on the Iceman. But we are almost behind Perez, which is the worst possible scenario I could have at this point. Because I'm now within DRS of Kimi. I am on the verge of making the move on Kimi. Because we have a little bit of a moment. And if he gets within DRS of Perez, then all this work doesn't matter. Because he can just get DRS off of Perez, which will equalise my DRS into him. If not, make it even better for him, because who knows what DRS upgrades he has. DRS upgrades, same thing. Not really.
Our teammate by 35.0 seconds.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. It's really scary for me. But here we go. Turn 3 on lap 27. Set a purple first sector, but that doesn't matter. Because we are now into the points. This is one of the first point scoring places I've been in the entire season. and it's because of the engine power of this car. We really do have a good race car, but it's just because of the engine power. The car is terrible through every single corner, but amazing on every single straight, to the point that it's really just not there. It's there, but not really there. It's very inconsistent through a lot of every single apexes. That doesn't make any sense.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
Yep, so that's the 40% message. There's so many 40% messages now in this game, whereas last year's there was not that many. And this game, they don't even come in around at 40%, they come around at anywhere between 38 and 43. Go figure. They are still 40% messages. I can do 17 on softs, I can do 19 on mediums. Yes, the softs were on 80 something % on the front row. Yes, I pushed them every single lap, but who cares? I'm in the points. If the tyres die, they die, I just hold them off in the straights. If I pit now, I'll rejoin P17, which is miles out.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds.
So I'm honestly just trying to save fuel at this point, because that's all one can do. And again, I'm not even proud of the lines I'm taking. They're very traffic friendly. Just reminds me of what F1 Online looks like when you're trying to have a good race, good clean race, and then just corner cuts at the same corner and gets away with it because someone forgot to change the script. That's what I'm seeing when I'm taking these lines. As Perez might get past Sainz now into turn 4. That's what I'm looking at the moment. But again, Sainz does have DRS off of Stroll. So what makes it so hard to catch up to these guys? They're only DRS trained. It's hard to catch up and it's hard to overtake. We don't have the full-on grip that the guys ahead have. We're in racing points from McLarens and we're in a Spinala racing car. I honestly don't even like the lines I'm taking.
Keep managing your tyres. Manage your tyres.
I've read this section. Into those redheads and gingers. Yeah, that's life for you. That's deep, but it's honest. Life is deep. Honesty is deep. Get within a second again, but we have oversteer. Again. It's really hard to just get within the DRS if guys who are DRS training. So Williams just gets the lap for the first time on lap 30 for the leaders and lap 29 for him. My teammate could actually get laps, but there's enough laps left. Because he's on the out of turn 1 now, he's in turn 2 now. This is turn 3. Whereas the leaders are in turn 1 now. Who knows, he could get lapped, and I get points. It really does just show that even when on 110AI I still have decent pace, I just risk it all the strategies. If I went on to hards, I wouldn't be dying this hard at the end, but I might not have been able to make the moves on Thingy and Morris like I did. You always look back and think, did I do the right thing? Did I make the correct decision on the strategy? Did I maybe put not enough fuel to be able to catch up? The answer will always be, I don't know, because that didn't happen in your timeline. Because everything you do, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And then those reactions make a completely ultimate universe.
Gap to car in front is 1.6 seconds.
So games are actually one of the biggest things to create ultimate universes. Again, I'm not proud of my lines.
There's 5 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Reason why?
Gap to teammate behind is 39.8 seconds.
Like now the leaders are almost into the other weekends. This was just fooling. And Norris is outside the points I'm just inside the points. These guys are ahead of around 2-3 minutes being overtaken by us behind a racing car. If I went for the 2-stop, I probably won't even be here. Because I wouldn't have had the tyre wear at the end of both soft stints and at the end of this stint. But of the amount of people I would have had to overtake just to get here probably would have meant that I would have only finished maybe P13 and P14 at best. So I really do think that I made the right call going for the one-stop around here. A weird one-stop, yes, but a one-stop nonetheless. As Verstappen has come in again, I do believe, right ahead of these three. He's up in P6. Maybe that's a one, I don't know. Is Norris? Sainz, sorry, made a move on Stroll. So now I'm up these guys as well. Gearbox. So this is actually a really interesting part of the race, because now the DRS train's massive. Because maybe Stroll's tyres have just gone off, maybe he has front wing damage. I don't know, but something isn't right with Stroll's car anymore. Because Sainz is now flying. Sainz is flying away. As I say that, I think my tyres have gone off. Yep, and as I say that, you get the 60% message at the bottom right. Stroll's tyres definitely are not faring too well at this point. But I'm okay with that. And Perez must also be very okay with that. Because this means another place over Stroll for Perez. Perez goes around the outside of Stroll. I would follow him through if I was close enough. Sadly I'm not. So again, going for a really good exit, I just hit Stroll's rear end. Again, still no front wing damage, but we are making inroads on Stroll down the straight. You know what? Unlike Perez, I'm gonna just make an absolute dive into turn 4. We do get switched back though, so fair enough on Stroll's side. He does touch the grass there, so I am gonna go up his inside as he just turns in on me.
We've only got 2 laps
I would usually say that's my fault, but yeah, okay, that was really my fault.
Green flag.
I went for a move, he closed the door. Usually I would have been the one to spin, but I kept the car under control. I really want to give him that position back, but I can't under the circumstances. Considering, yeah, I do have a broken front wing because of it. Not massively broken, but it's still broken. And, well, I went for the move. I don't know. I would say that that was partially my fault, if not completely my fault. But I went for the move. Yeah. And now we're like this. He doesn't have front wing damage, but I do. But he is behind Kimi with DRS. So we should be able to get back up in the P10 maybe. I mean, look at it this way, if I didn't go for the move, I would have gotten him down there, if he hadn't pulled away. Everything is just a, would it have happened in this scenario, or would it not have? At the moment, I don't know. Of course, I'm going to be happy to get points. You just have to be dumb not to. It's how I got this P9. I would have gotten that P10 anyway, but how I got this P9.
This is your final lap of the
Right
race.
now, this is the way I want to get the P9. Because I also believe Norris had a pit again. You can see him now behind the Haas, but ahead of the other one. So I don't know what happened to Norris. Maybe Norris got front wing from that. Front wing damage from that. I don't know. I don't feel like I did the wrong thing going for that move, but I don't feel like I did the right thing going for that move. It's somewhere in between. I could have, should have maybe moved and left the space, but no matter how you look at it, if you don't go for the gap, you're no longer a racing driver.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down. Okay, gap ahead is 4.4 seconds.
And you can see that I had the pace because my fastest lap was only 4 tenths off Bottas's. Yes, you set who's on dead tyres, yes, you set mine on fresh tyres, but no one cares. I was near enough on the pace.
Take care of the car on the way in.
Slow, I was quick, I just was here.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Ferrari are at it again, an excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Sebastian Vettel now leads the Drivers' Championship. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
I have to give it to Lucky. They fought so hard and had incredible pace at times, so I don't think anyone else did a better job today.
It's time to see how things are.
I don't feel like I deserve driver of the day, but I did go for those moves. I went for it. It didn't work, but I did go for it. If you don't go for it, then nothing will really work.
You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy?
It's an honest truth, to be honest.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing. Do you have any comments about this team? It was more like dodgems than Formula. Great. Well, that's everything.
What happened, and it's just the honest truth. Nothing went to plan. Well, however, I got points, which is really nice. I didn't hold the lead for 2 laps though, which is annoying, but we did get 2,000. Yeah, see, so we did make quite a bit of money from this race, something I don't usually do. Usually each race is, how much money am I going to lose? So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, now we get to really see what we can do here with the drivers. So obviously we have put money and time into Nick de Vries, so he will be better than everyone else here, except for Mahavir Raghunathan. So I really am going to stick with Nick de Vries before you guys ask what I'm doing here. There's no point in spending more money on a worse driver. You know, the pace might not be the best, but we don't have the money to really spend on anyone at the moment. So yeah, I'm to negotiate contract with the team.
Here, you can make an offer to your driver. The more you offer, the greater the chance of them agreeing to it. But be careful not to insult drivers there. If you do, they might refuse to deal with you anymore.
So yeah, I didn't insult. we're still paying him the exact same amount, so yeah, it's fine. It's hard to spend quite a lot of money. So yeah, we can't really spend much in the upcoming time, but I will try my best to get in what I can. You see the power team building, or better reaction time for my teammate before, what race is it? The British Grand Prix, which is actually this weekend, so yeah, that's it really. Nothing amazing, nothing terrible. Race pace was there. So those two who are actually watching, yeah, whoever you guys are, cheers for sticking around for most of that. Don't know who you are, what you're doing here, but yeah, if you're not already following my Instagram, time to plug it. No, okay, I'm not gonna be a sellout. Psych. Silly Sly Guy, literally the PSN name. Follow me on Instagram. But that's it really. So yeah, if we look at what's coming through for British Grand Prix, which is on the 16th of July, we will have an engine power upgrade, which, if we look at the engine, it's already pretty good. So reliability, don't have that bad reliability. Chassis, again, not that bad. We did get the upgraded tire wear, which is probably why I went for that risky move. And I will get this probably now, because it will come in for Hungary, so we'll have 2 tire wear upgrades. That's it for the time being. So whoever you are, see you around.